guys, so we got yeah, we'll look at the picture. We got a lot of fun stuff to discuss this week. The first one is, I guess this is our episode before the Olympia, because I presume we're not going to do an official. So,
but me and you were going to do one with Brent when he's at my house Friday night after prejudge.
Yeah, after prejudge and post show. We have to do two. Post show we're going to do with Tony Hughes.
When do you want to do the post show one? Saturday night or Sunday morning?
I would prefer to do it Saturday night, obviously, because
Whatever
quicker.
You want. Whatever you want.
We got to organize that. Tony Hughes will come. Larry Pollock will be there, and we'll get other people also.
Oh, so yeah, how are we going to do that? I thought, are they just going to do it there and we're going to put it on your channel?
No, I don't know what Larry's going to do exactly, but Tony will come on the Zoom call with us.
Larry's wants to do one where and then he sends you the video so you can post it.
Yeah, I'm down with that too. I talked to Larry. That's absolutely. So just for the audience to know, Larry Pollock is going to be at the O, so he might interview some. What are you laughing about?
I'm laughing so bad, man, because of that whole shit with Amin.
Oh, this is hilarious. Okay, we gotta tell the audience. We gotta tell you guys. So 3-4 days ago, I guess this is through Bostin. Larry Pollock, who's been on the show before, good guy, he messages me. He's like, I talked to Bostin. I'm gonna be at the O, and he's like, I could interview some people for the channel if you'd like. I said, that sounds great. He said, oh yeah, and he talked to me a bit. Then he's like, hey, I think we should also get Tony Hughes for the wrap up and Amin Alai. And I was like. I was like, Amin? Question mark? I don't know if I screenshot it for you, boss. It was really funny. I was like, Amin? Question mark? Then he was like, yeah, I heard that you and Amin are not getting along too well from Bostin, but I think you should overcome that. He's close friends with Tony. You can get them together. I was like, I'm friends with Tony. I was like, bro, anyone who associates with Amin is not welcome on my channel, period. But for the audience that doesn't know, like a few days
before. Tony's good friends with him, huh?
No, listen, a few days before this, so it gets worse. Sorry, I'm telling the story so badly. So Larry sent me these messages and I'm like, Larry, who told you to tell me about Amin? He's like, oh, I messaged Amin. Amin told me that he's down to come on your channel. And I was like, bro, 4 days ago, Amin sent my wife a threatening email. Literally 4 days ago. I'm like, why does this guy think everything's cool between us? He's like, if Leo's cool, I'm cool with him. Bro, you're sending emails to my wife. What are you doing?
Yeah, dude, so Larry told me that. He's like, hey, I'm trying to get Amin and Tony Hughes on the post interview. I'm like, you do know that Leo and Amin are like enemies, right? And I said, I would never want Amin on the channel ever.
Oh,
and he was like, oh, really? He's like, oh, I don't know about that. But that was already after he texted you.
Oh, I thought it was before. That's hilarious. Yeah, that is really funny. So basically, Larry might film some videos there, but then Tony will be at the O2. He'll sign in on Zoom and we'll review it together. So he'll be there. Hopefully Larry will go on Zoom too. Bleu and Bleu, if you're available too, we can do a wrap up together. Sound good?
Yeah.
In the meantime, a lot of stuff is going on right now. One of the most interesting things that's going on is so Nick Walker apparently posted this is on Buys and Tries. So Buys and Tries stirring up. You heard about this?
Yeah, Robbie Robinson's always talking shit.
Yeah, so what do you guys think of Robbie Robinson coming in?
Dude, that guy's such a hater.
But the thing is, you got to admit something about Robinson. I didn't realize this, but in the 80s and 90s, everybody wanted to have his physique. He was one of the inspirations for like, what's his name? The 8-time Mr. Olympia before Ronnie Coleman, Lee Haney.
No, I know, but he's super bitter, man. Like, I mean, to be attacked, Nick is not the only bodybuilder he's attacked like that, though.
Oh, really?
Oh, he's done this to so many people.
It really made no sense because he's like, come back with a package that deserves the word muted, and this is literally mutation. Like, what are you talking about, bro?
It's like completely mutated, like with fucking chemicals. What is he talking about?
I know. But I tell you something, the weird part is Nick Trigilli made a video about this, attacking Robbie, literally swearing at Robbie directly and saying he's so negative and all that stuff. And the reason why, many people don't know Nick Trigilli, but he is the most negative human being I've ever known in private. So I saw this video and I was like, bro, you're jumping on the bandwagon. What's happening right now is anyone who criticizes Nick Walker is attacked as being a negative or jealous, like Bostin was last week. Bostin last week said almost nothing negative about Nick Walker.
I know, the whole video I'm like praising the kid, and they don't even watch the video, and all they see is Nick Walker in the headline, and they automatically think that I'm like trashing him.
I know you didn't at all. So anyway, I guess Trigilli realized that, so he's joining on the bandwagon and attacking these guys. Here's the list. Wait, no, there's one other thing I want to mention. Also, Sean Ray did an Olympia review, which I found hilarious. Because Sean Ray, whenever he takes a video, I don't know if you noticed this, Bleu or Bostin. Whenever Sean Ray takes a video, wherever he is in the world, he appears at a hotel or a golf resort or a swimming pool in the background.
Yeah, I've seen that.
He's always trying to pretend he's on vacation.
Or like at a pool, like a fucking pool or something.
No, bro. It's like, I live in Irvine too. You're my neighbor. Which golf course was this that you went to film at? Why did you film at home, bro? That's so weird. Okay. Oh, the other thing is, we have to mention, apparently Chad, replied to me a couple of days ago. I was telling Bostin Bleu. Chad hadn't replied to me for a few months. I wanted to have him on the show. We found out that apparently Chad was ill for quite a while, like deathly ill. So it may have some impact on Rami and how Rami's preparation went. So here's...
he's living with Dennis now, though. So I think Dennis took over a little bit.
So here's the list. Yeah, you would think so. But let's go through them one by one. About Rami, Chad said that Rami didn't have an off season. He took months off lifting, apparently. Months. And basically they went straight into a pre-contest season. He says his goals were not for Rami to get bigger, but just for him to get in a little bit better condition this year. And then next year he wants him to get bigger, he said. So
yeah, I mean, Rami does look downsized in the videos I've been seeing.
Yeah, he looks much smaller, right? It feels
downsized. Like. Yep.
So what do you go? So what are you? So everyone's got to vote here. Now
so
I think
we know that William Bonac is doing it. Nathan Diasha is probably not going to be able to make it.
Yeah.
That Vlad guy at the bottom is not going to be able to make it.
Oh, really?
But Rolly is in the United States right now as we speak, so he's doing it.
Oh, is he? Interesting. The reason why I put Bonac in highlight is because some people were predicting that he might not make it too, but I don't know if that's true or not.
Nope, he's in. He's in.
Oh, he's in for sure?
It's official. He posted it.
Okay, before anything else, let's talk about the Walker bet. So Nathan Diasha is not coming, and personally, I thought Nathan Diasha would be top 5 for sure.
Is it confirmed that he's not coming? I heard he's still trying.
It's not confirmed, I think, officially, but I've heard from various people that he's not. So if he's not, do your bets continue?
Yeah, dude. I felt bad about it. Dude, I only have $350 on the line. It's seven bets. 7 bets. One of them's 100, and the rest are 50. So I mean, it's chump change. So I was going to call him off because I'm like that's not fair because my top 5 Nathan was in there, but if William is there and Rolly's there, I'll take the bet because I do think Rolly's going to beat him.
Good stuff. Okay, so where how do you see things going? Or Bleu, do you want to give us your ideas?
I want to hear Blue's top 5 first.
What was the bet, Bostin, that you had going?
That Nick Walker won't be top 5.
But this is an old bet from 6 months ago or so, or a few months ago.
I would agree with that if everybody else was on.
So let's make I don't know how you guys want to do your predictions. I usually predict based on what I think is going to happen, not if everyone's on.
Okay,
but we could do if everyone's on because that makes more sense.
No, I want to know what Bleu thinks was going to play down. If he had to pick, if he had to guess.
The Open has been so disappointing. Bostin, me and you have talked about it quite a bit. I mean, Nick is catching all these guys slipping because they're not conditioned. And
that's what it is, man. He smoked that show because he was the only one in shape.
Yeah, that's true. If all these other guys would come in the same conditioning, stop caring about what the scale says, how their shirts feel, how weak they feel walking around, if the rest of the guys would just say, fuck the scale and just go by the mirror, it'd be a completely different game right now. But I personally, out of everybody there, if everybody was 100%, I would like to see Hottie take the whole thing. I thought he should have beat Rami before. I like Hottie's physique a lot. That top 5, I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, I'm interested in who's actually going to be in condition 100%. The only person I'm confident, if my money was on the line, that who will be 100% condition-wise, I'll say Nick Walker. But again,
how about Hottie? Hottie's pretty consistent with condition.
Yeah. Besides Hottie, Brandon's usually pretty close to on. Rolly is off 90% of the time. I mean, Hunter's never been fully pilled and dry. I mean, Patrick Moore, if that guy had one freaky off season, he would be dominating everybody.
Yeah, that guy's afraid to put on weight or something.
Yep.
Wait, you talked about some interesting. Who did you talk about before Patrick Moore just then? Oh yeah. Hunter Labrada. That's what I was thinking, Blue. Is it just me, or do you think Hunter has less conditioning than his competitors Ian and Nick? Generally?
Horrible conditioning.
Yeah.
Right?
His conditioning is horrible.
And his coach competes, and his conditioning is horrible too. They overeat. They post their diets and shit sometimes. They way overeat.
But his diet is really weird. It's like cornflakes and protein shakes.
They way overeat, Leo.
They eat weird stuff.
His coach is like his workout partner guy, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why weird, right?
Did you see his pictures from when he recently competed?
He did North Americans. He looked like fucking dog shit.
Looked like he was 12 weeks out.
And you know what he said? Blue, in a post? I'm not even kidding you. He made a post after the show saying he over dieted and did too much of the step meal, so he lost muscle.
What?
He said I'll send you the post. He said he over dieted.
Hey, we need to make a shirt based on that one saying we said a long time ago. No scones overturned.
Yeah, you came up with that for Gary Turner. You remember?
Hey, that's a good one. Actually, that's a good.
Let me share the backstory on that one. I wanted to roast Gary Turner hella bad, and Blue came up with this really good saying no scone unturned.
Yeah,
and
overturned.
I used that term right in the post, and dude, people were fucking dying. They fucking love that phrase.
There are a lot of good phrases. The Eurofic one is too. You need to start a merchandise company. Seriously, with just funny.
I'm the only one that gives people nicknames like Camp Creep, Cankles, and everyone knows who I'm talking about too. Like nobody even questions.
You're like Trump, actually, in that way. You give very good nicknames really quick off the fly. Anyway, Blue, you were saying about Hunter, and then you were talking about Moore.
Hunter, if that guy actually would get pilled and dry, he would be phenomenal. Patrick, one crazy off season of pushing, and I don't mean pushing gear, but I don't know what he does behind the scenes, but actually trying to put on some serious size. I mean, his genetics and his structure and his muscle bellies, he would be dominating.
But just to mention to the audience, so Patrick is like in his late 30s, right?
I don't know how old he is.
Yeah, it's like mid 30s.
Yeah,
or so.
He's late 30s. Yep.
Yeah, and
the other guy who would stand out too, that has never been lean, is Hassan. I don't understand.
He would win if that guy was peeled, right?
If he actually came in peeled, he would look 20 pounds bigger than he does now, and he would look scary. He would look like he was photoshopped. Yeah. But the problem is Nick Walker's smart. He knows that his weapon is that everybody else is unconditioned, so he can come in and catch these guys slipping, and that's exactly what happened at the Arnold.
You want to hear something funny? Everybody thinks Nick weighs a fuckload on stage, but when he won the New York Pro, I guess he posted he was like 247 or 248, and then for the Arnold he was only 250. People think he's like 265.
Yeah, no, he's smart. Me and you have talked about it, in regards to, Matt Jensen. It's a beautiful setup. You got two guys, him and Sean Clarita and Nick Walker, that don't care what they weigh. They just want to be freaky pilled and catch people slipping. They get free coaching, free drugs, hands held, the whole works. And that's what you create.
Oh, Nick has everything for him now. He got a house. He got everything.
Yeah, and the people, all the other people that Jensen trains that look like garbage, or they're in the hospital and they're paying their $500 a month. Those guys are the ones that are paying for the drugs for
them. Yeah.
Hey, Blue,
it's a beautiful scam.
We were talking about this last week, Blue. We were talking about the interesting look between Sean Clarita's muscles or the similarity between his muscles and Nick Walker's. The way that the separation is so clear, but the muscle is so full, but so separated and dry on the subcutaneous level. You don't see that often, but Dallas had that, Nick had that, and Sean had that, a very similar kind of look. Do you have ideas of what do you think do they do anything unusual there, or is it?
Absolutely. It's insane amounts of growth hormone. That's exactly what does it. But it's not just the one effect of doing prep. it's staying on mass amounts of GH over time, letting that muscle getting just dense and dense. The skin actually gets thinner over time. So you get that almost translucent effect when it's time, to pull fat. But it's a thing that has to happen over time.
Dude, you already know that Nick Walker, like I already told Leo, that dude's on massive GH. Like, he's on a grip of GH because, I mean, he gets it for free. I mean, they're probably running massive.
Someone commented on our video, 2 comments on the last one. Like I don't know why these guys, we weren't saying it, but I don't know why people are saying Nick is abusing things. He's probably just, everyone knows 8 or 12 units of growth is all you need. And everyone's using the same thing. I was like, bro, he's not, I could almost bet my left hand.
I would bet a kidney on it.
I mean, I've used 30 units for a day or 2 before. I've tried it, just short term, not just to experiment. I felt it before, and I have friends who use 30 units for years in a row. So I know people who use it. So just to be clear, there are people who use 30 units.
Think about it. AIDS patients get 30 to 40 I use a day?
Well, think about what do kids get. Kids get, if they're 100 kg, 40 units a day.
But Matt got that GH Connect. That's what he used to bribe people for to get them to hire him. So, I mean, he's getting so much of that stuff. I mean, for cheap. So, I mean, he's set up.
So what do we? So Bleu, who are you putting on second then?
Wait, who does he have first?
He has Hadi as first.
Oh, Hadi first. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if everybody was on, I mean, I would definitely have Hadi. I mean, Rami's a force. I mean, if he comes in, I think it's a smart thing if they did like what you had mentioned, kind of like a Kevin Levrone, deal where, he took an off season and just kind of chilled out, didn't try to grow, stayed sharp. And then, to put all of his focus into this prep. If he comes in, just crazy condition, I don't think anyone will touch him. He's just too big. It's just too much, overwhelming for the other guys on stage.
You can't qualify so much though. You have to make a choice. Is Hadi going to win or is Rami going to win? There's a bet. I mean, not a bet, but a prediction. We're all going to be wrong to some degree. Although, Bleu, I'll warn you, Bleu. Last year, I got the top 5 correct in the correct order. So I might have some.
You know who else I like a lot, but isn't it completely on and would be right in the mix, is that Justin Rodriguez. If that guy was completely on, that guy would be so dangerous.
Yeah, like Bleu, don't you think if there's no politics involved, no politics at all, don't you think if Justin Rodriguez was completely peeled, he would beat Nick Walker?
He would destroy him.
Or second, I think he would have beat Ian, and I like his physique more than Ian and Kuklos.
If Justin comes in 100%, that guy would have easily won the Arnold. Easily. I mean, if everybody was on at the Arnold, it would have been between Kuklo and Justin. I'm not the biggest fan of Ian. Some things I don't understand. But or Hassan. If everybody was completely on, like Hassan, I mean, everybody would be chasing him. I mean, that dude would look insane.
Dude, Bleu, you're gonna get murdered in the comments.
Bleu, do you think that Hassan cheats on his diet or what? Or do you think he just needs a new coach?
It could be both. I mean, you could have him, messing up the diet, and then you got Chris doing his diuretic thing at the end, making it worse, trying to, get him lean by pulling water, and then it just makes it worse. But I'm not taking anything away from Nick. Nick is smart. Just, people that want to comment, Nick is smart. He's showing up and he's capitalizing on conditioning. He's not playing that game. If these other guys did that, they would be successful as well.
But we have to add a caveat. Like, legitimately, Nick is bigger than all of them. Nick's arms are bigger in every comparison.
I disagree with that.
No, his bicep and tricep is wider than everyone's on stage.
But Kuklo was the biggest by far.
Structurally, but the muscle, if you just look at the arm muscle, Kuklo's arm is smaller than Nick's.
But he towers him. I mean,
yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, yeah. I mean, I'm just saying, like, he's not just a conditioning. He's got a lot of muscle, right?
No, of course he has a lot of muscle, but he definitely doesn't have more muscle pound for pound than Rami. Hadi's 5'4"?
Yeah.
I'm saying you know what I mean? So it's not like
top
it's
level.
not like he's out muscling them by that much. Remember, Nick is short. We've never had a Mr. Olympian that's been, I mean, since what, Franco Colombo or whatever, right? Did Franco win?
Brandon, bro. Brandon's
not 5'6".
Oh no, but he's 5'7", Nick. Brandon's 5'8".
Nick's 5'6".
Well, forget that. Phil Heath is 5'8", bro. I've met him. He's tiny.
Nick's 5'6".
Why, he's 5'7". Phil Heath is
No,
bro.
no.
Phil Heath, I'm only 5'10". Phil Heath is like here.
Nick Walker's 5'6". Maybe with shoes he's 5'7", but he's 5'6".
But I'm saying still, there's a bunch of short Mr. Olympias recently since Ronnie Coleman, since Jay.
Yeah, but not someone at 5'6". 5'8", 5'9" is where you want to be.
Well, okay. So I mean, I didn't think. Okay, so I realized Bleu is playing it fast and loose with the predictions. He's giving a lot of qualifications, so he doesn't get anything wrong. So I'll pick. You'll pick.
My gut feeling, if Ramy comes in at even 95%, Ramy will win it again. If not, if Hadi is on, they'll be battling again. Brandon will be in the mix, of course.
So who are you going with? You're going with Randy one.
Randy's so hard.
He's Switzerland. Right, he's Switzerland.
Right. Leo, we'll pick and then he'll pick.
Yeah. Okay. I'll tell you guys my thoughts. Okay, my thoughts are. Okay, I'll do a little bit of Bleu just one caveat. I just want to mention, if Ramy does not come in condition, I think it changes the whole competition. Because if he doesn't come in condition, he's the only tall guy with a tiny waist and that kind of issue. So then it becomes it's a competition between short guys. Hadi, Brandon, Bonac, and in my opinion, Nick. And so Nick, I think, looks better if Ramy does way worse. Because Ramy's aesthetics and waist and height really put things into perspective. So my opinion is, I think though, realistically, I think Ramy is going to come in first.
Okay.
I think Hadi is going to come in second. And I think Nick is going to come in third.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I think Brandon is going to come, or Bonac is going to come fourth. Maybe I might be wrong about the third one, but I think this is the order. I think then Bonac.
Yeah. Bonac in fifth.
I mean, I would prefer Bonac to be higher. I don't see Brandon as being better.
Do a sixth.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a sixth, but who was my last? Bonac, and then it gets really complicated. I mean, look, I think that Akeem, if he had not ruined his condition recently and lost his coach, I think he would have been higher. I think this guy could be high if he's in very good condition. But I think it'll probably be Ian because he's the favorite.
Okay.
I think that, by the way, guys, I got to mention something. I don't know if you know this, but James Hollingshead just came out and said that if he went to the Arnold, he would have gotten second, and that at the O, he may beat Nick.
He said if he had 2 more weeks, he can beat Nick. I watched it.
Yeah. So it was
I watched it because you told me to.
Yeah, that was insane. I mean, but it's really interesting because when you look at
Fuad has him in the top 5.
Fuad is like, he basically, anyone who's on his show, he wants to put them in the top because he doesn't want them to be upset with him, you know? Yeah. I think. But that's my idea. So I think like Ramy, then Hadi, then I think that Nick may come in. And if he doesn't, it would be Brandon, then Nick, then Bonac, and then Ian. And then I would think James or Justin or someone like that.
Okay, so let me do mine now. Ramy's 1.
Okay.
Hadi's going to be 2. Brandon 3.
Okay.
Bonac 4th.
That's how I ordered them, by the way. I ordered them in this way because they're the most
5th.
Literally my ordering, yeah.
Walker 6th.
Oh, interesting. Where is this guy? Oh, Nick Walker's there. Yeah. 6. Wow, the way I listed them according to the probability is literally what you chose.
Okay, hold on. 7th, Justin Rodriguez.
Yeah, I know he could really be up there. Yeah.
8th, Ian.
I doubt they will let Justin.
Hunter 9th. And I'm gonna go Mohammed Shaban for 10th.
That's a good choice actually. Oh, I forgot that Muhammad, the guy with the
dude, he's a sick Arab.
Okay, so wait, I'm going to go a bit further then. So 6, I had Ian. So maybe I would go, yeah, I think Justin or James.
Okay.
I just think James has a lot of media attention behind him and he's going to come in condition. Yeah, I don't know how much further I can go. It gets hectic there. But yeah, okay. What's your opinion, Bleu?
Who do you think has better picks?
Okay, that's a good one. Okay, so I know first and second, I'm thinking we'll be out of Ramy and Hottie. Third, your guys, my gut feeling because of conditioning, and I respect Nick for this, I think he will be in the top 5. My gut feeling is he will be in the top 5.
Yeah, I think he's going to be in the top 5 too, but I can't. I'm betting that he's not, so I'm not going to pick that.
I from what I know of Nick, I think he's a good kid and he works his ass off and he's coming in, pilled time after time. So, I think he's going to catch people slipping again. I could see him, honestly, I could see him 4th or 5th. Brandon 3rd, or Bonnick fighting for 3rd, one of those guys.
He's not giving us straight answers.
Yeah, no, he gave us 2 1s and 2 3rds, bro. I'm just adding different thirds over here.
If I had to bet, if I absolutely had to bet, just if I had to bet, okay, so I'll say, I'll say Ramy first, Hottie second. I hate to do that, but if he comes in third Bonnick, 4th Brandon Curry, 5th. Oh shit.
Well, you said you had Walker top 5.
Yeah,
Nick Walker in 5th. 6th. Oh man.
Wait, can I just explain something? By the way, why I put Walker before Bonac, or sorry, not Bonac, why I put Walker before Brandon is because of the legs. I think Walker compares very well with Brandon. Same height.
Brandon has beautiful shape though, so if he's peeled, they'll give it to him.
If he's peeled and separated, but he's usually not that separated.
You're right. If his conditioning is off by any means, Nick will beat him. But if he's on, he will beat Nick.
Okay, well, you don't gotta have to go past the 6. You got 5 at least, Blue.
Yeah. Well, what's your last one?
I can go past it. At 6 would be Ian. I think that they're not going to let him get too far out of there.
You're probably right, but you agree that he probably shouldn't be top 6, right?
No, I think so too. I think it's just Paul. That's why I put him there. I wouldn't.
I do agree with that. Yeah, 7th. I'm going to have to say Justin. Now, if Justin was completely nasty pilled, I think he would be in the top 3 or 4.
Now, Blue, how much conditioning can these guys from the Arnold make up in 2 weeks, in your opinion? How much? What can you really do in 2 weeks?
Some of these guys were really off. Like, I mean, if they push it, enough to not crash, just to get to that line, they could make up, and especially if maybe there were some things, that were really off, maybe some things that needed to be pulled prior, and giving their body a few days to relax. I mean, a lot can happen, but it really just depends. Cause I mean, I don't know exactly, the whole, orchestration of how they're doing things behind the scenes. But I mean, in 2 weeks, some guys can change dramatically or could get worse.
That's true.
You know what's an interesting subject? I just want to bring this up. Like, bodybuilders always say that they get stressed the last week, and sometimes there's like a cortisol issue, or they're stressed the last couple of days, make them hold water. I wondered why, because I saw a bodybuilder recently who seemed extremely relaxed in an interview a week or 2 before his show. And I texted Bostin about it. I said, this guy looks like he's on a benzo. And I started thinking about it. It's a pretty smart idea. Like, if you remember Andreas Munzer.
So many people take Valium before their show.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Yeah. So Andreas Munzer used to use heavy benzos before his competitions. I don't know what he was thinking, but benzos, when you use them for the first month, they reduce cortisol acutely, and they're very powerful at just relaxing someone. So if you lost all your fat a little bit early, so you don't have to train too hard or use Clen or whatever the last few days, and you take a bit of Valium just to relax for 3 days, you probably could coast into the show without that anxiety.
People use Valium all the time for that. I've heard that so many times with competitors that use that. The only problem is, don't some of these medications possibly hold water?
Maybe, but I don't think Valium does. Does it? Does it?
That's lorazepam. Lorazepam's great. The last week as well. I mean, either one of them will hold water. I mean, that's why I like my guys stage ready 7 to 10 days out. So that way we can back off. Cortisol levels drop. You get this dry, fresh look. where your body actually gets to relax. It makes such a difference when, the last week, you're just posing and posing and posing and getting harder and harder. And that's where, sometimes people take that term growing into a show, because if you're 2 to 3 weeks out ready, and then you can take your foot off the gas and sometimes jack up food or even chemicals with it, that's how you get that effect. And sometimes it's not even growing into the show. It's just your body getting this refresh to it, to where things just start popping a bit more. That it gives you that look that you've grown into the show, but it's just because your cortisol has dropped.
What do you think is going to be the effect of Ian having been so low body fat for months in a row and going into the Olympia? I mean, is there any way he can get you? Because you were talking about growing into a show when you're already in condition. Do you think that could apply to him? Could he get better?
Possibly, because maybe he was holding back at the Arnold because that was his kind of his thing to slingshot into the Olympia. So
but even Ian at his best structurally, he has no back. I can't see him being top 5. I really can't.
Boston, explain that to me. When he does his back double bicep, why does he lean back?
I think he said in the interview that he tore his back.
Oh, okay.
I think so. I'm not 100% sure, but I think he said something happened with his back. But it looks funky for sure.
He leans back in the poses.